Afternoon, evening, everyone. Just wanted to start off real quick before we take questions and just give a big shout out to Zach Kleinman on being named the NBA Executive of the Year. When I got the news, I was so happy for him. What an amazing year our team has had, but it's been so great to see the leadership over the last 3 years that Zach's had for our program. True testament to all the hard work that he's put in every single day to build this roster, to build the staffs that we have here in Memphis. Just so proud to partner with him in leading this program to, great things this year and beyond. So just a big shout out to Zach. I know he's wanted to deflect this and talk about an organizational honor, which it is, but what a great honor for him and all the hard work and leadership that he's put in these last 3 years, and especially into this season.
Christos.
Hello, Coach. Hope you're doing well. After a statement win last night, how you prepare your team for the Game 6 and especially for the response of the Warriors in Game 6?
Yeah, I mean, our focus is just going to be on how we can get better. Obviously, we did a lot of great things last game that led to victory. Things that we've been talking about all series long, game to game, how we've got to emphasize just, winning a possession on the defensive end, winning possession on the offensive end, all the effort that's going to take. I thought we had great effort, great energy last game. Obviously, we haven't won a game on the road here in this series. We're going to need that effort to go up a level, the execution to go up a level, the urgency to go up a level. So it's always, been our mantra all season long, how we get better after a win, get better after a loss, doesn't matter what. But after last night's victory, we just got to turn a page, find a way to get better, and try to hopefully get a win here in Game 6 on the road.
To Michael.
Hey, Taylor, how does, taking this trip to the, West Coast impact your preparation for Game 6?
I don't think anything changes. Obviously, today, travel day. I want to be as fresh as possible. We'll convene with the team tomorrow and digest everything in terms of what we've got to do, game plan wise. What we got to be prepared for. Obviously, we know we're walking into, a tough environment against a tough team. We got to come out here and have our best effort yet again. We came in with that mentality going into Game 5. Now we're going to need that in Game 6. If we're going to have the energy to pull off a victory here, we got to be as fresh as possible, both physically and mentally. So that's what today is, and then tomorrow's game day, and go back to work.
Joe.
Coach, you've had a couple of games now to kind of evaluate Steven Adams, obviously returning from COVID. Not much of a factor in the Minnesota series, which has been talked about a lot, makes his return here. After watching film, what exactly is he doing so well that is making such a difference for this team? Obviously, John not being there is part of it too, but it seems like two different groups when Steven is out there and when he's not.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's doing a lot of great things on both sides of the floor. Starting off with the defensive side, I think, the early ball screens, he's doing a great job navigating those. Sometimes he's switching on, sometimes he's not switching on. But his urgency in that department's been really big. They do a great job cutting and moving without the ball. I think his activity with his hands and his presence in the paint is being felt, obviously helping us, finish possessions, which we've struggled early in the series, has been a big key. And then offensively, just playing to his strengths in terms of screening and rolling, collapsing the defense to open up hopefully drives for us or kickouts for threes. We had great balance last game, but in the two games that we've seen so far in this series, I think he's just playing to his strengths, which is, hopefully helped us a lot on both ends of the floor. And that's what I'm seeing right now.
Mark.
Hey, Taylor. Obviously, you guys would love to have Ja on the floor, but what sort of presence has he been able to provide, not only from what we saw on the bench, but just being behind the scenes with the guys?
Yeah, I always talk about his spirit. Obviously it's been disappointing news not being able to have him the last couple of games, but he has great spirit, with his teammates in the locker room. The voice, even at halftime and before the game and after the game is being felt and heard. Talking about things, adjustments, bouncing ideas off with his teammates in game has been phenomenal. He's been doing that, all season long, whether he's been active or inactive. But then just as you said, the energy that you see on the bench, I mean, he's the biggest supporter of his teammates. That's the spirit that we have on our team. It doesn't matter who's on the floor and who's, give it their all and being successful out there. We're all going to support each other. And he's been the first one to stand up and cheer for his teammates. And I think that's very infectious. We had great energy last night. We're going to need that on the road. And I know he's going to be a big leader for that.
Megan.
Coach, I want to go off of what you've seen from Steven Adams in these last two games. with him being in health and safety protocols, we saw last night at one point he had to go to the bench and get some aid. It looked as if he was getting some aid with him, some like an oxygen mask with breathing. How would you just describe like how his conditioning is, and is that something that is due to him being in protocols?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's still working his way back. You know, he's not at the level that he was before he went into the protocols. It's all the case with all players that are coming back. But you know, if he's got to put an oxygen mask on and get a little extra air and an extra little boost there, I love what I'm seeing on the floor. I mean, his stretches have extended from just one game to the next. The effort that he's given has been phenomenal. He's doing whatever is possible to go out there to help us win, and tons of credit for him to staying ready when his number was called to come back into this series midway to make a significant impact. So, he's trending in a good direction. He's feeling good. There's no excuses. He's going out there and laying it all on the line.
Last two will hit DeMichael and then Mike.
Taylor, just going back and watching that last game, I noticed how, along with Jaren and Steven, Kyle Anderson is also one of those, taller, longer guys who's kind of getting to where he wants to get on the floor, evidenced by his 7 assists. Is there just been a bigger emphasis on those, those longer guys, since I guess Golden State's a little bit, shorter in length or whatever? Is there a bigger emphasis on them being aggressive and attacking the paint and, making things happen that way?
I think JJ, Steve-O, Kyle, BC, those guys are just playing to their strengths. I mean, I think last game is more the style that we need to play. It starts with a pace early in possessions, great spacing is allowing for driving angles for those guys. When we get into our pick and rolls, Steve-O rolling, BC rolling, the second side drives coming from JJ or KA or it's post ups. We're just getting better spacing. And when we're attacking from different spots on the floor with more urgency, more pace, we're going to hopefully have more success. I mean, this is probably one of the first games in a really long time in this series that we were able to get into the paint, against the Warriors. So we've got to have that balance. That's been our strength all season long when we're being able to a team that can attack with force into the paint. And those guys have been, huge beneficiaries and big factors in why we had success the last game. And we're going to need that even more. Who knows what the adjustments are going to be coming from the Warriors. But when JJ, Steve-O, BC, KA are attacking, just like our guards are, we're working inside out. That's the balance that we need. And that's the force and the energy that we need on the offensive end.
Mike.
Taylor, you've repeatedly talked about how each journey is different, but you've had a right close up seat to Atlanta growing up pretty quickly in the playoffs, and obviously with what you guys did in Milwaukee. What have you seen in terms of growth from this team right here, from the first round series to this, as they've sort of figured things out?
Yeah, I've just been super proud of our group. Last series is completely different than this series. It's a different challenge. It's a different opponent. It's a different chess match. Every game's going to present something different. Guys have never wavered in their ability just to adjust and adapt in the game. But then game to game, understanding after a victory or after a loss, how we just got to find a different way to attack the next game. It's not easy winning 4 games in a series. So for us as a group for the first time going through that in round 1, that was definitely a confidence boost coming into this one, playing from behind in the series so far. I think it's a new challenge that our guys are willing to accept and respond to. So, last night was a great example of that, being down 3-1. We're still down in the series 3-2, but we're not out. And our guys come in with a mentality that if we just go out there and find our best basketball, we keep trusting in the work, we keep trusting in our routines individually and as a team, that's great experience. And our guys have a lot of confidence in that. So I think coming here on the road in a must win in game 6, if we just keep relying on what we've done all season long, what we've learned in round 1 and what we're learning right now in round 2, that's going to give us our best chance to go out there and hopefully perform at a high level and come away with a victory.
Thanks, Coach.
Great. Thanks, everybody.